Venture fund institutions. So these are a type of financial institutions, those who finance new ventures or new businesses. So these institutions take up funding for new and innovative project ideas. They bring into force high technology products and convert them into commercial products. Some of these venture funding institutions include the Risk Capital Foundation of IFCI, Venture Fund of IDBI, SIDBI, Technology Development and Infrastructure Corporations of India, TDICI, and etc.
Varun, helmet.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, I'm Varun Patel's mom.
Yes, I know.
I hope Varun can face the fast bowler.
Mrs. Patel is prepared.
I know, but fast bowler, what if he gets injured? It's quite risky.
बॉलर फास्ट हो या स्लो, रिस्क तो है आउट होने का या बॉल लगने का, दोनों.
I know, पर वरुण,
आप म्यूचुअल फंड में इन्वेस्ट करते हो?
of course, since 2005, पर वरुण,
इवन म्यूचुअल फंड्स आर सब्जेक्ट टू मार्केट रिस्क. वहाँ भी तो नुकसान होने का रिस्क होता है. व्हाट अबाउट दैट?
सचिन, म्यूचुअल फंड्स में उन्हीं को इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए जो रिस्क लेने के लिए तैयार हो.
मिसेस पटेल, आई एम सेइंग द सेम थिंग. म्यूचुअल फंड हो या क्रिकेट, वन शुड बी रेडी टू टेक द रिस्क.
Good point.
By the advertisement which you just saw, you would have come to know that the next topic is about mutual funds. Let's see that what this mutual fund is about. A mutual fund gathers funds from the shareholders, shows them investment opportunities, invests on behalf of the shareholders, and finally gives them a productive return. The specialized financial institutions which deal with mutual funds are LIC, UTI, and some of the banks, that is commercial banks like SBI, Canara Bank, are also carrying out the business of mutual funds. The benefits of mutual funds are high returns to the investors, easy liquidity, safety, and tax benefits to the investors. The next topic was already discussed in the 11th standard. So if you look at the picture, you can figure out that there's a client, a customer, and a factor. So client is nothing but the businessman who does business on credit basis to the customer. So he sells goods on credit to the customer, and the customer has to repay the amount to the businessman. So in order to collect the amount, a businessman recruits a factor. The factor, on the basis of the invoice submitted by the businessman, pays 80% of the settlement, goes to the client and gets the other amount, and then takes his commission and finally settles it to the businessman. So this process is something called as factoring. Some of the factoring institutions operating in India are SBI Factors, which is a subsidiary of the State Bank, and Can Bank Factors Limited, which is a subsidiary of the Canara Bank. Our next topic is Over the Counter Exchange of India, OTCEI. How does this OTCEI work is, the OTCEI allows the trading of securities through electronic counters. So there is no paperwork in an OTCEI. So through electronic counters, in the sense using technology and computer, it addresses some specific problems of both the investors and the medium-sized companies. So some of the greatest plus points or strengths of OTCEI is transparency of transaction. So you can know what is happening in the transaction clearly. Quick dealing, then faster settlement and better liquidity, that is conversion into cash is easier through the OTCEI. Next up is the National Stock Exchange of India Limited, NSEI, which was established in 1992 as a model stock exchange. NSEI was a premium stock exchange established which has the advantage of electronic screen based, that is scriptless or flowless trading system in securities. So this type of a trading system allows for the efficiency and the transparency of systems of securities trading. Next topic is NCDS, that is National Clearance and Depository System. CDS is also a scriptless trading system. So it consists of three trading segments, that is National Trade Comparison and Reporting System, which gives the terms and conditions of the contract. Secondly, National Clearing System, which determines the net cash and stock liability of each broker on the settlement date. Thirdly is the National Depository System, which arranges to provide for transfer of ownership of securities. Next is the NSDL, that is National Securities Depositories Limited. It was set up in the year 1996. It has achieved a time-bound dematerialization as well as rematerialization of shares, and also has seen the remedy for the problems of post-trade transactions in the secondary market. Holding Corporation of India Limited, SHCIL, is a central security depository. It takes care of the administration and clearing function at a national level. Foreign exchange market is a market which encourages foreign exchange trading. It includes all the currencies in the world, and any individual company or a country can participate in it. It is the largest and the most liquid market in the world. Next is the commodities market. It is a market which trades commodities. The commodities are classified into two different types: hard commodities and soft commodities. Hard commodities are raw materials which are generally mined and taken out from the earth. They are such as gold, oil, rubber, iron ore, and other ore items. Soft commodities are typically grown out of agricultural primary products such as wheat, cotton, coffee, and sugar. Next is the derivative market. A derivative market facilitates the trading in financial instruments on a future contract basis. So the value for these financial instruments are based on the assets that come in many forms such as stock, bonds, commodities, currencies, or mortgages. With this, the new financial institutions come to an end. Hope you like the video. Thank you.